Hello, this is Lucia Arden here in Arizona. God has answered our prayer. We have the team that has the heart of God now in our America. I've been working on this for years, even before President Trump got in. And I'm so grateful. Before 2006, I talked about the microplastics. Before that, I did almost 20 years of philanthropy service. I had the first graduation to work outside the church. I want to continue, and many people don't know me, but the government does, and President Trump's team, and I'm so excited. So before 2006, I did the microplastics, and I spoke about in poverty issues, stop that, and also culture that we bring to be back America. Then from 2006 on, I did much philanthropy also, and I had a pharmaceutical little office with my ex-husband, and I learned about the pharmaceuticals, and I said, no pharmaceuticals and good health, because we also had vitamins and good health, and I studied that. And also I studied stem cell research with my ex-husband because I am a PA. And I'm so excited because it's all coming to pass. And I was told when I was in my bachelor's degree that you have a mission for America, and I talked about one world government. And I knew this. And I'm the first lay person to get President Trump in California on making them aware. I used to send notes to the priest, the Catholic priest, and the priest would get it in South Pasadena, and also the priest in Rome, because I went to St. Thomas Aquinas in Rome, and they knew, and also Florida Theological Seminary. Some of my professors that I went to school lived on my streets. They knew who I was, and they listened, and they believed me because they had spiritual experiences. This is before 2016. I said President Trump was supposed to get in, and I was working on the team. And they used my book, Our Need to Give to the World, Arise to God's Truth, in many writings, and also my two new books, God First, America, a Miracle, and God, in God, Power, America, Save Our Legacy. And these are not Christian books. They're truth, books about truth, about God and his people, and political books, because God, Jesus Christ, was political. He was a revolutionary, and that's what we are, Americans, becoming together as Republicans and Democrats with RFK and Elon Musk. And by the way, I'm the one that got Elon Musk in. They know this. I asked many times. I gave them a list of things to do. My name's Lucia Arden. It's proven by the work. You can't erase things on the computer. That's why they took my computer right before they signed in RFK and Elon Musk, because I've been working on the pharmaceuticals. I have a podcast Business News with Casey Armstrong. So I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about the truth of the work that I was called to do and doing. And it shows that all the pattern that's happened. And I wrote a book in 2014 about alternative medicine and bioresonant medicine, and also electrotherapy, a very, very soft pulse, and foods. I had to study the Garrison's method. I wrote a book for a representative that was a German representative. And at that same year, they bought an electrotherapy company that's a bioresonant company for medical. And then in 2016, I wrote the book, Our Need to Give to the World. And behind that book is a pure article. It's called The Economic Holocaust of America. And I showed what was going to happen. That was in 2011, I wrote that article under the great philosophers in Angelicum, St. Thomas Aquinas. And they allowed me to go. I just went there. Usually you have to first go to the Apostolic Nuncion and be accepted, and they accepted me because I was called to go. Now we have responsibilities to do our work, and you have a responsibility because God gave you the America, the beautiful America. I'm so excited. So I'm trying to show you a pattern that God knew that what they were going to do in America, because they wanted to take over America. This strategy of all these happenings, all these terrible things, is the geopolitical powers, the CCP virus, CCP vaccination is taking away the vote of a great president, and all the foods and the economy and the geopolitical powers. This is a 10-year plan that China wants to take over, and we need to stop it now. And that was 3 years ago, I was told. Now, I am so excited. I am so excited. Excuse my dress. They're all in suits, and they all look so beautiful, ladies and men, at the inauguration parties. And a man here in Arizona said, oh gosh, because he knew RFK, he says his wife was going to meet him. And and then I gave him a high five. Oh, great. I just love him. And I've been talking about all these medical things we need to change, about the foods, about the EMFs, about the chemicals, about the drones. I talked about drones. I didn't have all the most sophisticated words because I'm not an expert in all things. I'm an empower to others and a specialist in a critical thinking of solutions. My name is Lucia Arden. And by the way, then I met this man in Arizona. This was right before the inauguration. He said, oh, she's with RFK. So she must have been chosen to help, or maybe she just volunteered. And by the way, I've been doing independent volunteer for many years. I've given up my life and homes and everything to do this. And I've been under a lot of violence. But I'm alive, and I'm so excited because we did win God's purpose and God's will for America by bringing in President Trump and the leadership of all the people he's chosen and the leadership of the American people. We can't do it without you, because you are the masses of truth, of the heart of God, flowing with the power and the wisdom and the knowledge and the reconciliation to bring our America to the forefront of truth and the greatest beauty, to make beauty. We are responsible to take care of our dominion. And you are doing this, America, by choosing to bring truth and freedom in the foundation of a Judeo-Christian nation that accepts all religions, all people, in the foundation of the constitutional rights and the Declaration of Independence. I'm so excited. And then in 2020, I wrote the book, Arise to God's Truth. And I talked about all the things that President Trump did and their team and what we need to do and what we should do. And I did. And right there in the back of the book, it's on Amazon, Lucia Arden. It shows that the Democratic Party and the Republican Party have to come together. And they have, and they are. And it has all the list of things that we need to work on that I talked about that's in line with President Trump. And then in 2024, I have 2 books called God First, America, Our Miracle, and In God's Power, America, Our Legacy. And also a children's book that's called Jesus Christ, Salvation for All. The Christmas story, but it's an all year round book. And I made art, and it's so beautiful. And by the way, I'm with a friend that I worked for like 2 years ago, and he helped me. I met him like 2 years ago in Scottsdale. And he's a Palestinian. He's a Palestinian, but he's a lover of life and all peoples. And he studied in Israel, he told me, Jewish, Christianity, and Muslim, and all put together, they studied together. And he says we need unity in our country, and that's what we need, unity. And that's what I have. I have unity of love. And so does he. We're just friends. And I'm here to help him, and he's here to help me. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited that everything's in line. But I am a political analyst, politician. I'm the guide and director of my teammates, my comrades, I call them. My name's Lucia Arden, and I wanted to be vice president because I have all the tools. And I have all the solutions of critical thinking written in my work. It's not just rhetoric. It's solutions on how to take care of America and what is needed. Such as we always have to protect the borders. And we need, and I'm so excited to bring to the forefront military and protect them, which I see that the vaccines that they didn't take, the military people that didn't take the vaccines get a surplus of their get their payback, and also I hope that they could be reinstated if they want to. But now we have a very serious problem, and I have this military hat on. I was working outside with the horses and the dogs, and it's a very serious thing that I warned years ago because of the geopolitical problems I said about Canada. I said, remember I told you, China's in the center, then there's Russia, then there's Greenland, Canada. They could go through there to Canada. And then on the other, South Canada is right our borders of America. And then America, okay, then Mexico, then Honduras. China could come from the bottom there too. China uses people, also immigrants, people from other countries, to cause trouble. There's secret ways that they cause trouble. And now it's an uproar, and it's a big, terrible, terrible danger in Canada. We need to protect her and help her. And this is what I asked before. You could see in my work with Lucia Arden. I could go on and on and on, because President Trump and the team is getting everything together and going from step to step to do all the things. But we need to pray. We need to work together. There is a prayer called Continental Congress of 1774 that they had the men, and they do have, and we have a covenant with God. It says Jesus Christ, that we will seek obedience in the precepts and salvation of God in Jesus Christ, and he will help us and protect us. That's the same thing with the Jews. And now we got the hostages released. I've worked on that for many times in the background, but I'm in the background of the eyes of the lay people, but in the front of the politicians. I asked those Muslim men to come in and give negotiation, and they did. And now we have the hostages released. We're trading, and that's what I said, to trade. But the thing is we need to trade our hostages across the whole world. I would never want to be a hostage. In some ways, I know it's a hostage, because I've been at war to keep America afloat and to be a protector and guide for America. For many, many things that I've talked about, from vaccines to geopolitical problems to pharmaceuticals to economy to industrial revolution, our beautiful President Trump talks about, that should get a Nobel Prize. And now we need to stop the war with Putin and Zelensky, and trade with negotiations and funding. You could see my work. They took me off LinkedIn. I apologize. My name is Lucia Arden. I'm a speaker. I'm a critical thinker. I'm a mediator. For many years, I've been this. It's all in the writings. It's in my writings. Even though they're Christian, they're based on God, because that's what we are based on, a Judeo-Christian nation, but they're based on God. But a lot of the meat is inside the center of the book, inside the chapters, and it's not in the first pages when you look in Amazon. So please support me and purchase my book and call me. And we're having a unity meeting, international peace and justice, unity of all peoples. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Lisa. Right before President Trump and chose Elon Musk and RFK, they took my computer, and I had to pay for it too. And they took my computer, and they got all the information, and then I had to pay it. That was broken. And they did this many, many times. I'm not sure who did it. I'm not pointing fingers, but it just happenstance. And all the things they asked. But by the way, many people know that I did give Elon Musk the list of things to do, because God chose him. God chose him to be a God's man. That's what I said, my friend that's helping me. I said, you're God's man. That's funny. I said, you're God's man. You're God's woman. But we need to bring things down horizontally. And that's what God's making him do. I sent him that message. I sent him that message, that you have to work horizontally. And he is. He's bringing things by helping and guiding and directing. But the thing is, we need to realize, not always is the government, in comparison, a big business. You have to treat the people with a delicate glove and look at the Aristotle categories, because there's geopolitics. And it's so exciting, because we have, I told you about the paradigms of power. I'll leave it to this, my special chart, my coin, is the paradigms of power, okay? The beautiful paradigm is so tall of technology, information systems, okay? Like our beautiful Elon Musk and our beautiful President Trump and J.D. Vance and RFK and Tulsi and Tucker and Rogan, all those people. I don't want to miss anybody. And then they use technology and information system, make them aware of all the things happening. And then there's a very low light of paradigm is the rules and regulations. And that's the same thing that we need to realize, that we need to change the rules and regulations about these things, about transgenderism in the young children's school, about the police, how they're treated, and what the laws are, because Police Chauvin did not kill Floyd. He had heart fibrillation and drug addiction and pharmaceuticals. He had heart fibrillation, and anybody to run a 50-yard dash, and he was running, would go have shortness of breath. That's why he had shortness of breath. He was holding his down his neck, and that's why he said, "I can't breathe." Correct? But he does not deserve 21 years in prison. I have 15 counts showing, even though I'm always for the people first, I'm for justice first. I am a specialist in medicine. I did many years of physicals with my husband, but also assessing very serious issues and solutions when we had problems, because we did administer them pharmaceuticals and we did physicals, so I understand the human body. Now he did not kill Police Chauvin did not kill Floyd. He had heart fibrillation. He had a brain tumor too. Look it up. This has to be reassessed. Just like the rules and regulations of the toxic foods, of the EMFs, of the chemical, of the drones. There has to be new rules and laws for drones. Then there's a larger pillar of light, of the paradigm of light, of the people, humanity, that believe in God and those who don't, and the ones that exist in globalization, multiculturalism, in the integration of business. And then there's another light, a pillar, that's the government, and we hope it gets tall in light of the truth when President Trump and the team are in, which they are, not hope, they are. We do have hope. Faith is hope for things not seen yet, but we have hope and faith and truth and action. And then underneath that chart is the 9, unfortunately, cartels. Some cartels are not as bad as others, and others are considered cartels even if they own businesses in their country. But our cartel that we're affiliated with, and it's terrible, is China, and that's why we need to make rules about China. It's a very serious thing. No CCP land owned. Of land, and all businesses have to be checked. We need to stand on our feet and realize this is the time that we need to look at the truth, in the light of truth of America. And then there is the world power of the World Economic Forum and also the World Health Control that we can have controls. We need to work together. Even though we know BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard own so much, we need to negotiate. And we need at the same time right now to call in Gates and mediate and take him in and ask what he's doing with all those things he has to stop the depopulation and the microchips in the people. This has to be stopped right away. This is a divine command. We need to come together. And then there's the elite communists that are secret, that want to take us down, such as Gates is blatant about it, but I have hope for him every day. I pray for him and I ask, and President Trump did have a meeting, did he? With Gates. In Soros, we have to ask, we need to come together with all these men and work together, and women. And we're responsible to find all those children, those 500,000. Now, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is Lucia, and God bless America. We will make it. We will restore America in the power and strength of God through the miracle. And God, we will, in the power and strength of life, of the spirit of life in the people. Just like Lincoln said, America will never fall from another country. Only within. And that's why we recognize the truth now. We need to come together in truth and work together. We are and have come together in truth to save America and save our legacy. To save our legacy, to preserve our initial legacy, our past legacy, our present legacy, our future legacy, our very future legacy. We will heal America and restore her and have a more beautiful America than ever. God bless you. This is Lucia Arden.